Because there's something here. Hello, new system. Huh. It works. Should probably write here more often. Read about every book on Swedish folklore there is. Surprised how little has been written about year walking. Need more sources of information. Talk to ES. He suggested some field work might be good, but I feel that I might be 30 years too late. Been talking to elderly folks, eating cookies and drinking coffee. The knowledge about year walking has been limited, to say the least. Barely any one of them knew what it was. If they did, they have heard stories as children but forgotten the details. Thinking ES sent me on a wild goose chase. Interviews at the retirement home. May I never grow old. The last interview was intriguing. It's very belief. Talked to one Astrid Jason. She was over 100 years old, clear at times, did not know a lot about folklore, but she claimed that her grandfather's brother had once year walked. Sadly, she did not know his name. He had died many years before she was born. Might have to look into it. Her maiden name was Zevanson, which leads me with a lot of possibilities. She was born in Vertrump, and I can only hope that her grandfather was as well. More interviews, nothing worth mentioning. Professor Asp called today. He hinted that the faculty wanted to take part in my research. Huh. Followed up my visit to the retirement home. In the early 20th century, there were 6 households in Vertrump with the surname Savanas, according to the church book. Astrid was born in 1913. Her grandfather's name was Carl Frederick. He had 2 brothers. One died in 1942. The other brother, David Shavana, died in 1895. Since Astrid said that her great-uncle died before she was born, Daniel is the one that supposedly year-walked. A Miller apprentice going to the library to check out old newspapers tomorrow. Wait, a Miller apprentice? Look for references of Daniel Shavana in old newspaper. I'm grasping at straws. Another day in the library, nothing of interest. Bored. I'm about to give up. Excited, the newspaper finally mentioned a Daniel Sevan. He was apparently arrested for the murder of a young woman in Vertrump. That was me! Because at the end of the game, we saw that girl that she was stabbed. Information is scarce. Her name was Stenia Nilsson, and she was a miller's daughter. Oh, her body was found on the field outside the village. She had been stabbed multiple times. The library should be open longer. Hope I can find any reference to his supposed year walk. So basically, that was me that did this whole experience was the year walking. Can't even read that. The motive behind the murder seemed to be to have been jealousy. Not many details. Apparently, Steva was going to marry a Lucas Tapper. She was on her way home from Lucas's parents when she was intercepted by Daniel. She was found the following morning, just 17 years old. I feel a tad guilty about my excitement yesterday. After all, there is a great tragedy behind all this. The press seemed to have lost interest in the case after a while. Found nothing today. Maybe ES can tell me something. Had a long talk on the phone with ES. The murder case was unknown to him. He had, however, spent a lot of time in Vertrump during the 60s when he studied folklore in the area. There has been a rather peculiar rune stone that seems to pertain the Viking Age. ES claimed that there was definite connection between the symbols on the stone and year walking. He could not tell how. Want to check it out. Went to the library again in case I missed something about Daniel. Indeed, I had. Found an article. Feeling upset and a little bit sad. Borrowed the article just in case. Okay. Perhaps there was more to learn about Daniel. Booked a hotel room in Vertrump. Arrived in Vertrump. It's a small place. One street cuts through the village. It's a rather depressing place. To be fair, the weather would not do any place justice. The hotel is empty besides me and a group of dog toy manufacturers who are a bit on the noisy side. Must ask Chief for the veal recipe. Got a map from the hotel owner, excited about the archive. having the feeling that I would find something major. Just got back from the archives, an interesting place. Sadly, it's only open 4 hours a day. It's understandable since I was the only visitor. Possibly found the files I need tomorrow, reading and lots of it. I knew it. The archives exceeded my wildest dreams. On New Year's Eve, year 1893, Daniel Chevalier did indeed year walk. The court records referred to his year walk at several occasions. I had just started to scratch the surface. It must be beliefs hidden amongst these papers that have been forgotten for ages. Amazing. This is by far the latest recorded year walk. I hope I'm excused for borrowing the files from the archives. They gave me a little choice since they're closed during the weekend. Could not sleep last night, too excited by the files. Much of the records are of legal nature, but there are relevant passages. Daniel claimed he knew that he would murder Stinia after seeing it in a vision of his year walk. Sadly, the scribe had not bothered to take it all down, and occasionally just referred to it as the ramblings of a madman. Poor boy, there are certain elements that are new to me. Must write them down in detail later. Need fresh air. Daniel's cabin sold to us, briefly mentioned in the protocol. We'll ask around about it, hope it still exists. Hey, it's that box! Drove around for hours in the forest today. There are woods to get lost. These are woods to get lost in. Asked for directions from every local. Most people never heard of the cabin. Was about to give up when I met an old man. His aunt had lived there till the 60s. From then, it had 3 different owners that used it as a summer home until the mid-80s. The last family that owned the cabin only stayed there one summer. Their 5-year-old son drowned in a brook nearby, and after that, they never returned. Drowned in a brook? Oh boy. Nobody has lived there since. The old man's nephew owned the land. I asked the old man if I could pay it a visit. He did not think there could be anyone there that would mind. The cabin is situated deep into the forest. No signs, no road. There's a narrow path. This was the place where he started his year walk over 100 years ago. Felt overwhelmed by the thought. Could not enter. It was a lonely place. The only other building I could find in the area was an underground storehouse. Guess it must have belonged to the cabin. It was too dark to see anything, but I can't imagine there would be anything of significance in there. On the way back to the car, I found this strange box. What an odd thing to leave in the middle of the forest. It seems to be more or less mint condition. Could not resist taking it. Tonight I need whiskey, and lots of it. Man, this is getting interesting. October 1st. Went to Trump Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. The place where the church stand has been used for worship even earlier than that, according to the priest I met. He showed me around the premises. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stenna's grave seemed appropriate. The almost unlikely somber epithet read, "In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nelson, 1877 to 1894. Her cries for mercy could not sway his hand." Depressing search for Daniel's grave, but there was no stone, and according to the priest, there probably never was. The gravestone he has told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are or when they disappeared. Weather has been unreasonably bad. Spent the day at the country archive. Had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Steven, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archives back in 1976. Huh? Apparently there was another murder case in Trump in the early 1890s. Elisa Ramonson drowned 4 infants in a creek. Drowned 4 infants. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies good homes in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creek. All files from the trial have been lost. Outrageous. Think I'm done with the archives. Been thinking a lot about that church. That is messed up right there. That explains about the dead horse and those 4 ghost babies. Strange day, the rune story he has talked about is not marked on any map. Talked to the man at the service station, he drew me a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time, almost gave out, found it at last. Felt compelled to touch it, had the strange sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. Heading home tomorrow, wish I had more time. This stone is old, might predate Christianity, but I failed to see how it connects to you walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on my way home, walked around it for a bit. It's a pretty church, not remarkable, but there is something about it. Feel that the church and the stone are connected somehow. Oh yeah, they're connected. In more ways than one. The box is there. Found the box when I unpacked. Almost had forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I have yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbol suggests it opens by entering a password. It must be old. Maybe ES knows something about it. Decided not to tell ES about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. He was always nagging me about ethnics. Okay. Busy week, classes and meetings. This faculty is really getting in the way of my research. Feeling a bit strange. I had real dreams ever since I came back from Fun Trump. What the? Ow. Dreamt that I was in a vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker together with Jenny. From high school, we laughed and dug into the sand. Suddenly, the sky lit up, and Jenny pointed to a simple constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. I asked her what it meant, but she was dead and her bones were withered and old. Woke up and have been feeling rather queasy since then. Never forget the symbol. I wonder. I have a feeling it's something important. Read an account of a year walk by a man called Romdolia in an old book I came over in a used bookshop. Romdolia's story is a little more than a tall tale told by a drunken oaf. Most of them seem to be. Daniel sticks out. It haunts me. Held a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended. They ridiculed me in front of the students. Another strange thing was doing my homework was stressed because the oil lamp was running out of oil, and when it did, the pale horse outside the window would come inside. The lamp burned down and everything went black. Woke up soaking in sweat. Oh, that scared the heck out of me. Wonder if there's anything significant in there. Nah, not that I see. Must remember to buy groceries. Fiddled with the box, I had no clue how to open it. Frustrating. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are. And they will undoubtedly create a small-minded, jealousy, and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read something that my hands has written. They will not understand anyway. The fallen one inside that box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I've searched for references to anything about it, but I have found nothing that resembles it at all. Had more strange things. Something happened in those woods. Is year walking a mere vision quest? Are visions brought on by the lack of light and food? ES believes so, not so sure. Jump of a rune stone was in the forest outside Phone Trump. Miss Bowman was walking up to me. I was very afraid. She said that I had been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I did not mean to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the rune stone. The Grimm's eyes glowed at me. Woke up. Find myself thinking about the stone. What does it mean and how is it connected to you walking? What did the people do in those woods? Did not feel like sleeping tonight, drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stay awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentation today. Must sleep. Someone is watching me all the time. Got an email reminder to deliver the text for the game. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting, did not know for what. Had a feeling that something is on its way. Wait, that's weird. Received an odd email today. Got over 1,000 of these during last night. The email seemed to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by the students, but they seem too unimagined to come up with something like this. Don't think it will end here. That looks a bit odd. Is it some kind of threat? Called the priest, told him my plight. He said that phone trump sometimes has a strange effect on people, but it rarely lasts. Do not think he understands. I'm going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up, and he suggested I should see someone. Woke up last night, heard a baby scream from beneath the floorboards, panicked, managed to pry up some of the floorboards. The screaming stopped. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Huldra, the Brook Horse, and the Church Grim. There might be others, cannot be sure. Couldn't they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers, because they watch, that's what they do, but it's all they do. He's clearly losing his mind. Well, something's going on. Year walk equals system error. Year walking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinks its eye and someone crossed all barriers that are known as time and space. Oh. The Watchers are watching, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space? Got in a heated argument over years. He's surprisingly scornful of my fears. Must remember that he is an old man and he must not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it's impossible to gaze into the future. The future is not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course, it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not sure that they are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear, unless they are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in the manner that this table and this chair exist. Whoa. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? I certainly did not draw this, but yet it's right here in my notebook. Yeah, those symbols are important somehow. And then got 3 of them. Watchers or antibodies. Daniel broke the rules and he was punished. Held another lecture. The last one for a long while it seems. It's been decided I need a break, but it matters not. I have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone's playing with me. These shapes, it's the same as the box. Did someone see me take it? Try the symbols I have received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. So these symbols are on the dial of the box. It's like a combination. Woke up last night, the telephone rang, answered, could not hear anyone, hung up, it rang again, answered, could hear someone speak on the other side, could not make out what was being said, the voice was too far away, hung up, it kept ringing, cut the cord. Brought whiskey, brought food, people stared, don't want to go out there again, too many know who I am, if you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. Hear a human voice. Don't dare to go out. What the? At first I didn't even notice. One of my paintings in the room has been replaced. It must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Cannot let my guard down. Someone was here, or something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eyes of the universe? Triangle. And this one is pointed boarded up the balcony and all the windows. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Shouldn't be possible, but someone was here again. I definitely being threatened. There was a knife on my kitchen table. Old, but sharp. I realized that the knife is his. We are connected. The church is central to this, and yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of the place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be open or closed. This is a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why does the universe or God or someone not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, why let us? I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? Feels like a worm under a big boot. I feel a shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings and I follow. She is trying to fool me, that I know. But I might be getting closer to her because I got closer to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the watches sent by the universe. He was lured by the temptress, brought the innocents to the pale horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone any other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set or can it be altered? Ah, that's what it meant. Must help him. It's the right thing to do. There is a bond between us. Might have figured it out. 5 watches, 5 symbols, which means there's one more coming. So tired, can't seem to hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see beyond everything. In the end, it was the nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires. That's how they get to you. Can love really be a weakness, or is it strength? And the poor girl. It just seems unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Am I playing the part of a fool in a cosmic play? And if so, to what purpose? Disconnected the microwave oven just in case. Feeling absolute terror at the possibility that there is no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? The only way I can help him is if I break the rules. It will come at a price, but what do I care if I raise above it all? Saw her lifeless body. She is beautiful even in death. Have been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything, don't care anymore. It's finally here. The last one. Woke up with this in my palm. The last symbol. Tried to wash it out as a tattoo. Tested them in different kind of combinations, but I could not figure out how to do it. I must sleep. I will open that box tomorrow. Of course, it's so simple. Rotate the wheel and release it when the symbol aligns with the grim. In the order that they would deliver to me, but why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought he was here, but it cannot have been he who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, it means it must be filled. I still don't understand who sent the symbols, but if it was not the boy, then it must have been the Watchers. But why? Are they toying with us? Helping us in some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go, he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of year walking, but I think the girl can be saved. I put everything he needs in the box and locked it. I will leave it here where I found it, where all of this started. If my mind is set on this, does it mean I am doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. Pack my things. I wonder if I will come back. Sultan, it's cold here. Wish I could light a fire, but I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remain. It's midnight. And that's everything. So this researcher found out about our exploits And he sort of went through the same thing. But what did he leave in the box? Hang on. Let's see. It was here. Was right. There it is. Okay, so first symbol. Okay, hopefully I'm doing this right. And it was this. Whoa. Dang. That's been messed up right there. Huh. Oh boy. You are long dead when I write this, and I have not yet been born. Yet we have a connection beyond life, death, space, and time. The impossible made possible by year walking. But the Watchers always win. Even though you're not passed through the rift yet, they sense the urge and they want the sacrifice. I wish there could be another way. I am sorry, but for her, there's still hope. You can save her. You know what you must do. Oh. I think we just killed ourselves before we went through the year walk, thus preventing it from happening. Holy moly. Okay, that was a bit of an interesting game right there. Whew. Okay. Whew. That was a lot to take in. Whew. I would definitely say this is available on Steam, and I think it might be out on the Wii U. I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. Yep, we got the end. Okay. So now what? I'm just waiting for something to happen. Oh, walk again? No. Yeah, quit walking. Whew. Okay, so that was Year Walk, and whew. Yeah, it's definitely worth playing. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying this as much as I have. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a comment below, subscribe for more video update. Share this on your Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and all other social medias. And don't forget to hit the like button to help out the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.